First, it is primary night in Texas, the first primary in the country, and we are watching polling places closely. KHOU 11 has you covered for this election night. Hello, everyone. I'm Rekha Mutaraj.
And I'm Ron Trevino. We're going to be with you from now until these races are done. We have team coverage. Our reporters are all over the city, making sure things are running smoothly at the polls. Others are following the candidates ahead of the results coming in tonight.
We are watching the election sites across the Houston area. Here's a look at Juergens Hall in Cypress and Emancipation Park, in the 3rd Ward.
And Air 11 is in the sky looking for more long lines as we reach the final hours of voting. This is at the North Channel Library near Channelview.
And we're going to start our team coverage with Matt Doherty in Montrose, a place that typically has long lines during elections.
Hey, Matt, what's the turnout been like so far?
Well, Ron, you and I both know this, and if you've been here long enough, you know this is one of the most popular polling locations inside of the Loop. Take a look at the parking lot. It is absolutely full this hour. Many voters are having to park across the street in the shopping center, then walk across to where we are. Take a look at the line right now along the walkway. It is moving, and I have to say we have seen it much longer than what you're seeing right now. We spoke with one voter earlier today who left the polls shortly after casting her ballot. She says it couldn't have been easier.
Beautiful day. Come on out and vote.
Now, this morning there were some issues with a few voting machines. In response, the polling site doubled up on tech support to help the machines get up and running once again. So if you still haven't voted, you still have time. The polls close here at 7 o'clock, and I have to say, it couldn't be more beautiful weather than to spend your day standing in line outside. Ron and Rekha, back to you.
Yeah, it's great to see voters turning up tonight. All right, thank you so much, Matt. This election cycle is all about deciding the future of the Texas government.
And the most high-profile race is for the governor's office. The two apparent frontrunners on opposite ends of the state tonight, Beto O'Rourke in Fort Worth and Governor Abbott will be in Corpus Christi. We have reporters tracking both candidates.
I'm Melissa Correa following Governor Greg Abbott's re-election campaign. His day started with a press conference about economic development from the governor's mansion in Austin. He's now headed here to Corpus Christi, where he will address supporters with the USS Lexington as his background. Abbott's remarks are expected around 7:30 tonight, 30 minutes after the polls close on this March primary election day.
Good afternoon from Key Battleground, Tarrant County, more specifically Fort Worth. I'm Xavier Walton. This is where Beto O'Rourke is going to have his election night rally and watch as those results start to come in. Now, it's an outdoor venue, and we spoke with the GM of that business, and he says they're expecting anywhere from 800 to 1,000 Beto supporters. The event is expected to begin at 7 when the polls close. We'll, of course, be there, hoping to speak with Beto as well as his wife, Amy, as those results come in. In Fort Worth, Xavier Walton, KHOU 11 News.
Good afternoon. I'm Grace White here in the newsroom where we are watching the latest numbers from the UT Texas politics poll. Let's get straight to some of the biggest races of the night on the Democratic side in the race for governor. Beto O'Rourke, no surprise, they're polling at 93% ahead of his other Democratic challengers. And if we take a look at the other side of the aisle, incumbent Governor Greg Abbott also with a comfortable lead in the polls, polling right now at 60%. Let me walk you over, though, to the big board where we have two other races that we want to walk you through. This is the race for lieutenant governor on the Republican side. We have incumbent Dan Patrick polling at 82%, a comfortable lead there for the incumbent ahead of his challengers. It'll be interesting to see if that lead does play out here tonight. Again, all of these numbers coming from the UT Texas politics poll. This, though, right here, the hottest race of the night, the race for Attorney General. These are our Republican candidates here. Incumbent Ken Paxton at 47%, George P. Bush 21%, Eva Guzman polling at 16%, and Louis Gohmert right now at 15%. Again, these are just poll numbers, but the big question of the night, will Ken Paxton, the incumbent, be able to avoid a runoff? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I'll be watching. Thank you so much, Grace. That Republican primary for Attorney General may be the one to keep a close eye on tonight.
It's seen as a very competitive race. Stephanie Whitfield breaking down who the big players are and why this race is getting national attention.
Incumbent Ken Paxton is going for his third term as Texas Attorney General. Despite the backing of former President Donald Trump and his record challenging the Biden administration, Paxton has competition.
He's been on the ballot for a long time. You can't count him out. There is a shot that he does this without a runoff, and it'll probably be by a nose. It'll be very, very close.
Republican strategist Jessica Colon says Texas Land Commissioner George P. Bush has his family's name recognition. Former state Supreme Court Justice Eva Guzman would be the first Latina attorney general if she wins. Recent polls put her and Commissioner Bush as contenders for the number 2 spot. U.S. Representative Louis Gohmert is polling behind them. Paul Simpson is the former GOP chair in Harris County.
You kind of guess from what the campaigns are doing, and you see particularly George P. Bush, the land commissioner, taking attacks at Eva Guzman, and Ken Paxton attacking Eva Guzman.
To avoid a runoff, the top candidate needs at least 50% of the vote. While Texas Republicans largely approve of Paxton, accusations of bribery and corruption and an ongoing federal investigation have attracted well-funded Republican challengers that make this a race to watch.
Texas has a very important role in standing for our freedoms and in beating back this Biden administration and beating back their open border policies. So there's a lot on the line.
Stephanie Whitfield, KHOU 11 News.
Taking a look at the Democratic side, the latest poll has Rochelle Garza in the lead. She is a former ACLU attorney from Brownsville. Former Galveston Mayor Joe Dworski is second, followed by Lee Merritt and Mike Fields.
And we're bringing you Texas primary coverage live throughout the night across KHOU 11, Quest 55, our free KHOU 11 app, and of course our website, khou.com.